Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to Rimworld Call of Cthulhu in the Deepwater Bog. Alright, so I got some bad news for you folks. We gotta start dwindling this series down. It is starting to run a little bit long, and of course we're getting to a point where each episode is taking me somewhere on the order of 3+ hours to produce, which is a lot more than I am used to, and it is starting to really hurt my schedule over the course of the week. So it is probably time for us to start winding it down. However, there are a few goals that I still want to accomplish. One, I want Engel and Zealotus to be proper magical characters, not optional. They must be magical by the end of this. That means I need some magical classes. Now, I could just buy them from our allies in the Boar's Crag, or we could go ahead and craft some of our own and just get some random classes. That would be fun to kind of control it a little bit more, you know? It'd be kind of fun to make Engel into, let's say, a necromancer and turn him into a lich or something. All that would be fun. Maybe it's an option, maybe it's not. But that's one thing we have to do. It's been long enough, and I promise I'm going to do it, that by God, I'm going to actually do it. Secondly, I want to sacrifice some prisoners and get the cult ending, since this is, of course, a Call of Cthulhu playthrough. That means we need prisoners, and the best thing I can think to probably do for that is actually go on some raids and kidnap some people. Probably little weak tribals, guys who already don't like me, like the Lurcha Confederacy, for example. However, to that end, I actually did just recently get a quest right as I was pressing start on the record button for this video. We got a quest for Artibus's raid source. A knight of the Green Empire is traveling nearby. He's being followed by enemies. If we do accept this, enemies will spawn a site nearby, and then it will send 6 enemies that will launch raids every 25 days. This could be pretty nice for us, because it does mean more prisoner opportunities. Also, I like the reward we get for this. Zanvenenar, the Persona Zeus hammer with an embedded EMP capacitor, which works pretty darn well when you're fighting a load of mechanoids. So this could be good. Alternatively, of course, we look for things like molecular analysis and healing factors, which basically just makes us heal faster and have better immune responses, all of which is good. But I am going to be going for the Persona Zeus hammer, and if we can give that off to Zealotus, that would be pretty cool. Okay, the raid source has arrived. Where is it? Very close by, actually. Hello. Raid source, 6 enemies. Now, we could just let this stay and keep sending stuff after us, I suppose. I mean, that's completely fine. If all we're looking for is prisoners I can sacrifice to Dagon, then yeah, I think that seems fine. We do, however, immediately gain the Persona Zeus hammer. So there we go. Didn't have to wait for that sucker at all. Zealotus, come enjoy your new Persona weapon. One other little thing I'm going to do is actually place a set of wooden racks right up here by the main kill box with the intention of having our weapons and our armor in one convenient spot, so if we need to quickly react to a raid, we don't have to run into the storage room, climb over all the nonsense, and then get back over here quickly. I'd rather just have it in one good spot and not worry about it. I have been told by some people that this may very well be a mech cluster that will not react aggressively and will just sit here and accept the punishment for my mortars. That may well be the case, but I still don't think I really see a point in attacking them right now, especially since I'm only a few days away from being able to finish off the Gargantuan Blueprint quest in 6.6 days, which, you know, at least means I'm not going to lose all this nonsense. I don't have to worry about, I don't know, 20 days of toxic fallout. That actually would be disastrous. So, yeah, if we can wait a week, I mean, why not? Ooh, we have researched the magic circle. Okay, so I'm guessing that'll be under miscellaneous. Let's see, dimensional mana pocket, that's not it. Circle. Nope, it is under production. Okay, 400 unrefined magicite is necessary for this thing, huh? 400? Okay, I mean, let's see. If I go to information, mages can use the magic circle to augment their power or combine their energy with other mages to create unique, powerful effects. Okay. If we made it out of jade, apparently this increases your success chance by 30%, which seems pretty good. Event points, duration. What does any of that mean? Refund of the mana cost, blah, blah, blah. What if we made it out of arcalium? Refund mana cost and get some success chance. That could be pretty good. The circle will fuel itself when it detects mages capable of performing the ritual. I don't know what any of this means, but it seems pretty cool. In order to facilitate getting some better magical classes, I'm going to go ahead and start making some Sky Steel sculptures. I believe that Sky Steel has a plus 200% beauty value, which means I don't think it's quite as good as things like, I don't know, Jade, but I mean, it should still be pretty darn good for a statue-making material. Yeah, beauty for Jade is 250%, but if Sky Steel is 200% and I have a lot more of that, I think going ahead and making some Sky Steel sculptures makes sense. And then I can pack a lot of that up with a Muffalo and start heading back off to the mages and see if we can buy some more classes. I have crafted for myself a couple of circadian assistants, which should allow people to rest up a heck of a lot faster. Probably would make the most sense to install those on characters that are constantly busy. I'm thinking maybe I install one on Jenny, because I do use her for a lot of crafting, and that can be helpful. And then maybe Wirstein. Wirstein is constantly pulled between growing and constructing, like a lot. And I find myself needing him very often, so maybe that would work pretty well for us. Maybe Zealous, but I think between the bunch of these, between Jenny and Wirstein, that probably makes the most sense. So, let's go to Jenny and say that we want to install a circadian assistant in the brain, like so, and we'll go to Wirstein and say we want the same thing. I should also make sure that we install our psychic reader and our next best social character, just in case Angle is not available, and it looks like that actually is going to be Zealotus. So, can we install that plus the psychic harmonizer? Are there any problems with that? I don't know if there are, but we're gonna give it a shot. Let's install a psychic reader in Zealotus as well. Oh gosh, I was actually going to watch the surgeries, but it looks like it happened already. Okay, so Wirstein with your Circadian Assistant means that your rest fall rate goes down by 20%, so you simply do not need to rest quite as much as before. So if I go to your schedule, then both Wirstein and Jenny should be able to wake up at least a little sooner, maybe an hour or so. Let's try 2 and see if that ends up making a difference and if they stay relatively rested. Colonists experience a fevered daydream. All the terror that they had dimly felt before rushed upon them actively and vividly. Some things sat next to them. They knew that they loathed the ancient and abhorred creature so near them with an infinite intensity. It was whispering now, with a huskiness more terrible than a scream, and they trembled as they listened to things they will never unhear. That is a lot of sanity lost right there, good lord. And a solar flare. There goes all my electricity. It is exceedingly cold outside, so there's that. Yaks join. Well, hello, 2 Yaks. Where the heck did you come from? I think I'll keep them. I worked so hard to grow all this devil strand. Here comes the light, but most of them are all gonna die. If we're very lucky, this goes up quickly. New lovers. What? Cameron feeds in USA ball! Impishly questioning her culture? She liked that, huh? Cameron, you finally got a girl! Oh my gosh! I like to go ahead and research the transport pods. You never know when this is going to be helpful. Pretty good if you want to raid, pretty good if you want to travel or send gifts. Maybe make some people like me a little bit better. I mean, there are other factions on here I bear no particular ill will toward. For example, Colwyn over here. This is a regular faction, not a tribe or anything. They might actually have some pretty good money, but for some reason, they absolutely despise me. Something I just realized, we can trade with Colopolis. Ooh, because we have a knight. We should absolutely go there and see if they've got anything amazing. Oh, God, more insects. Alright, well, you know, hey, good time to experiment with the whole, like, everyone get into armor thing. Yeah, let's try that and see if we can deal with the bugs without taking any damage this time. Surprisingly, not quite as many people automatically get into the armor like I wanted them to. Not quite what I expected there. Hey, Smarty, this would be a fantastic opportunity for a Graveblade Cody. Maybe you should go ahead and toss out an Arcane Bolt. Nope, you have to have no shield belt to use those. I was unaware of that. Okay. And I don't think anybody else currently has any area of effect attacks I could really use, except maybe anti-armor down over here or something, which I think does explosive damage, so we can give it a shot. Yeah, it does a little bit. Okay, there's a Graveblade. Look how much damage that can do. You can't really tell. But presumably it did a lot. Zealous seems more than capable of dealing with a whole frickin' ton of bugs with this Zeus hammer. It's frickin' awesome, dude. No problems at all, far as I can tell. How did Cody even get knocked down? Cody, come on, get up. This is why we got a priest. There we go. Good lord. Absolutely no problem. Well frickin' done, Zealous. And by the end of this, with all the healers doing their thing, you took no losses at all, not even a scratch. Wow! Maybe I should just go ahead and create a caravan now, and we'll give this a shot? Maybe. One thing we could certainly try to do, if I can just get a little bit more magicite, is we could create the gateway spell, and maybe this would be... Actually, we can do it right now. Ooh, there we go. Okay, maybe we can do the gateway spell, give that to USA Ball, and see if we can indeed create some sort of a portal. Then again, that costs... No magicite for a portal. There we go. Yes, okay, we need to do that. Deadly Romanthian boars. Now here's the thing, right? So this could give a reasonable reward for a fairly easy task. But one of the reasons I'm interested in this is because I should be able to get a whole load more magicite because these are all magical boars, right? So that in and of itself, I think, makes this worthwhile. The only question is, do I want a bunch of Eltex clothes and some royal favor? Probably not. I think I would rather have, like, some actual, like, armor instead, and some hyperweave. This is pretty reasonable. And I don't think I need a psychic sensitizer. Nah, we're gonna accept this one. We can deal with boars, right? I think we can handle boars. Here come all the piggies! Die, piggies, die! There you go. Easy mode. No lasting injuries at all. That's what you'll like to see. Almost done with the arcane spell, and there we go. Okay, gateway is done, which means, USA Ball, you should be able to go and read the spell and gain your ultimate ability. Boom, okay. Do you have it automatically? You do, so you actually don't have to spend points on this. Okay, fold reality efficiency decreases the mana cost to fold reality by 6%. Okay. Gateway. Folds reality to open a gateway to another player control location. Instantly move all pawns and items in a 7-cell radius to that area. Okay. Interesting. So, if I then were to go to my miscellaneous and set up a portal, and let's suppose... Well, actually, good question. Does it make a difference what material we make it out of? It doesn't say that it does. So, let's suppose that I made this thing out of, I don't know... How about limestone? And we'll set it up over... right outside over here. A big honkin' portal. Okay, we're going to build this thing. And let's see if I can actually make this work. No idea if this works the way that I think it does. Okay, portal is done. Now what? Portal stockpile. Portal stockpile? Transporting items. The portal will move all items within this stockpile. Where and how? No, but like, but really though, actually kind of like legitimately how? Activate portal. Ooh, here we go. Okay, USA Ball. Go over here and activate the portal. Whoosh! Do I just do this? Wait, I'm scared. No valid portal destination selected. So this only really works if you want to have a multi-colony base on the planet. Well, that's kind of useless. Okay, well, I kind of regret going for this now. Turns out it's not as useful as I was hoping it would be. Unless I were able to establish an outpost, like, right out here. So since we were unable to do what I wanted to do, let's go ahead and form a caravan, and we will just walk the old-fashioned way up to our new allies, and also up to Colopolis, because I want to know what's going on over here. We do still need to deal with this raid source, but if it only is going to spawn 6 tribal enemies, I'm not feeling especially worried about it as is. So, Angle, of course, you shall be traveling, and perhaps also, USA Ball and Shooketh. Yes. 7.5 days to arrive at the destination. Ouch, that's gonna take forever. Right, okay, well, that's fine. We'll just bring along a bit more food. Question. I know that Jenny has asthma, and that's been slowing her down on a lot of things. Can I just replace her lungs outright? Is that a thing that we're allowed to do? Can I just make a couple of surrogate and then synthetic lungs and just replace them both? Or will that kill her? As long as Cobalt Lotus is feeling pretty good, maybe it'd actually be fine. We'll give it a shot. I guess we're going to find out if this works or not. Alright, Jenny. I am going to cure asthma. I have found the cure. It is called replacing your lungs entirely. This can't possibly work out poorly, right? No way in heck it works out poorly. Okay, that's 1 lung in. There we go. 1 asthmatic lung remaining. By the time you're done with this, Jenny, I know you're not used to this, but you will simply be breathing better than any human alive. And you know, that actually works really well for a sniper, because aren't you supposed to, like, hold your breath before you take the shot? So she can hold her breath for, like, 20 minutes. Oh yeah, something else I did here. So Cobalt Lotus, I gave a couple of new skills, including Purify, which is supposed to be able to remove things like scars from the body, mind, and soul. So I think I now am able to remove scars. For example, Zealotus has a stab scar in her brain. Yes, absolutely horrifying. Question, Zealotus, if you come over here, okay, and then I have Cobalt Lotus meet up with you over here, are we going to be able to purify that freaking scar right out of your brain? Boom. And no. No, it does not appear to have done anything. Unless it has to be used more than once. It's got a really long recharge time, though. We'll come back to that. Oh, wow. If you research some better levels of comprehensive purity, you can get a lot of stuff here, including removing drug addictions. Cirrhosis can be cured? Wow. Huh. That's actually pretty good. Ooh, Jenny used her creativity to create a masterwork sniper rifle called Cruelty Knight. What a great name. This weapon bears a representation of a crossbow? How? The work seems to express God. Unusually for this kind of work, the image is bordered by 2 town guards. That's unusual, huh? That's the part that's unusual? Okay. I'm realizing I made a bit of a mistake when I sent out Eldendar on this trek, apparently. Eldendar, unlike the Muffalo and the Yak, is far more susceptible to the cold, which means Eldendar has lost almost all of its hooves and ears to frostbite. We're just gonna have to banish Eldendar, I think. And Eldendar will almost certainly die. But this means we can actually start moving at a reasonable speed again. So it's still better. Sorry, Eldendar. You were holding me back. Looks like we are finally about to arrive at Colepolis, or whatever you want to call it. Good lord. Okay, note to self. Don't even bother sending caravans during winter. Good lord, it's so slow. Also, make sure that your animals can handle the cold before they go, because you'll likely have to leave them behind and let them die. Anyway, alright, so we should be arriving right about now. Come on, I see it so close. They're in the walls. And finally, alright, trade, what do you got? Please tell me it was worth it. You've got some magical 9-tailed foxes. Okay, well, we can sell off a load of this unnecessary insect jelly. That's worth a huge chunk of money by itself. Not to mention we got the Muffalo wool, and I can sell off some drugs. And where'd I get the Arcalium? I don't remember bringing that along, but apparently we did. We got some Thrombo horns, and I apparently drank all the beer. I meant to actually give this away, but I think we drank like a couple 100 bottles of beer. All right, we'll get rid of all this nonsense. I'm just curious how much silver I would be able to get out of this trip in theory. I don't think I meant to bring along this extra monosword, so we're gonna keep that. We can get rid of some of these robes, don't need those. Some top hats, don't need those. Some sculptures. We got 17,000 silver worth stuff. Okay, goody. What can I get that is worth even remotely close to that? Well, we could use an Orb of the Eternal. Magical energy prepared to heal wounds, restore limbs, and cure diseases. That's pretty helpful, actually, on the event that, let's say a limb gets ripped off and we want to be able to use this. Could do that. Tech prints, yeah, alright, I guess I'll go ahead and pick those up. We could use some more uranium. I'm a little bit low on that. Beyond that, I'll be honest, you don't really have much. Good grief, I don't think this was even slightly worth the effort. Well, this is what we call a massive disappointment. I'm going to hold on to some of this stuff, but at least we can unload a lot of mass, so hopefully we'll be able to start moving a little bit faster. Food still rots pretty quickly, though, unfortunately. Right, okay, well, the question now becomes, do we dare try to go all the way up here? It would take 6 days, and I have 9.5 days worth of food, but we're already out here with a load of silver. That said, I also know that if we waited until summer, we can move a lot faster. So should we just go ahead and head home? It's gonna take 7 days for that to happen. Yeah, I think we're just gonna head on home then. Alright. On the plus side, though, at least we got allied to the Green Empire. That's good. Well, that ended up being a whole lot of nothing. I will admit, I'm rather disappointed that we weren't able to accomplish a lot more in this episode. But I think that once we get into summer, which should only be in a couple of months, or at least when winter ends in a couple of months, we should be able to turn things around and head back up to the Boar's Crag and try to get a couple of magical classes for Zealotus and for Cameron. In the meantime, we are now allies with the Green Empire, which certainly is not the worst thing in the world. And when our characters get back, I think we're going to go ahead and turn around and go for a raid against the Braga Confederation. See if we can get some prisoners, and if not that, then we'll go for the Osaro Tree. And if we can't get anything out of that, well, then maybe I'm okay with just going ahead and killing Razardu and Legua. Wait, Braga Confederation, I thought you guys liked me. Coalition of Braga likes me, but Braga Confederation does not. How weird. Anyway, yeah, get some prisoners, sacrifice them to Dagon, win the game. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Gosh dang it. And I will see you guys next time.